Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers, a team that has been navigating a season riddled with injuries and intermittent slumps, are starting to see the return of some of their key stars, and with that comes a renewed sense of purpose as the postseason approaches. Among the players making a significant comeback is Max Muncy, the all-star third baseman whose presence in the Dodgers lineup has been sorely missed during much of the second half of the 2025 season. Muncy, who struggled early in the year but quickly became one of the team's most consistent hitters by May, has always been known for his ability to deliver in crucial moments. His return is not just about adding a potent bat to the Dodgers' order, but also about reinforcing the mentality necessary for a team aiming to defend its championship. As the Dodgers prepare for the final stretch of the regular season, Muncy's leadership and perspective on focusing on collective goals over individual stats are increasingly important. In interviews, he has emphasized that players need to shift their mindset from personal performance metrics to the overarching mission of winning games. With only a handful of games remaining before October, every at-bat, every defensive play, and every strategic decision carries heightened significance, and Muncy's message resonates across the clubhouse. In his recent remarks, Muncy made it clear that while individual stats often dominate discussions among players and analysts, the team's success cannot hinge on personal achievements alone. The Dodgers, despite being reigning champions, have faced a season where injuries and performance dips created gaps in their roster that needed addressing. Muncy, understanding the nuances of a long Major League Baseball season, stressed that the focus now has to be on what each player contributes to team victories rather than obsessing over batting averages or home run totals. He acknowledged that players go through periods of inconsistency over a grueling 7 to 8 months, and that these fluctuations are part of the game. However, the mindset at this critical juncture is non-negotiable. Prioritize team success over personal accolades. Muncy's perspective reflects a broader understanding that the Dodgers' collective performance ultimately defines their postseason potential. By encouraging his teammates to concentrate on winning games, he is fostering a culture of accountability and unity. This philosophy, while simple in theory, is often challenging to implement, particularly in a league where individual statistics influence contracts, media narratives, and player confidence. Beyond just words, Muncy's return brings tangible reinforcement to a Dodgers lineup eager to regain momentum after periods of uneven performance. Having him back provides a stabilizing presence in the batting order and injects confidence into a team that has needed it during pivotal moments. The Dodgers' front office and coaching staff, including manager Dave Roberts, are undoubtedly aware of the psychological impact a player of Muncy's caliber can have on the clubhouse. His ability to deliver timely hits and approach each plate appearance with purpose serves as an example for younger players and those striving to regain form. As the Dodgers inch closer to October, every game feels like a critical rehearsal for the postseason battles ahead. Muncy's focus on team-oriented strategies over individual statistics is a reminder that the essence of baseball at this level is not about personal glory, but about synchronized execution. This mindset, especially when adopted by a roster featuring multiple stars, can be the difference between falling short and repeating as champions. In a sport defined by streaks, slumps, and momentum shifts, Muncy's philosophy underscores that consistent focus on the collective objective often outweighs temporary personal success. The broader Dodgers roster, while talented, has experienced its own set of challenges with injuries and fluctuating production across the season. Players like Tommy Edman, who recently returned after missing time, join Muncy in reinforcing the team's potential to peak at the right moment. Edman's return, coupled with Muncy's presence, creates a sense of completeness in the lineup that was missing during earlier months. These returns are not just about individual skill. They represent a restoration of the Dodgers' identity as a championship-caliber team. Max Muncy's remarks about focusing on winning rather than personal numbers are particularly timely because they come at a stage where every at-bat, and every game could tilt the standings and postseason seeding. For a team aspiring to become baseball's first repeat champions in 25 years, adopting a collective-first mindset is essential. The Dodgers players are being called upon to embrace this philosophy and internalize it on the field, translating it into clutch performances and cohesive gameplay. It's a reminder that in baseball, as in life, synergy and shared purpose often outweigh isolated brilliance. Muncy's insistence on putting the team first is a narrative that resonates beyond the confines of Dodger Stadium. In professional sports, it is easy for individual stats, personal accolades, and media scrutiny to distract players from their primary mission, winning. His perspective highlights the subtle but crucial psychological component of elite competition, where maintaining focus on shared goals can elevate a team's performance exponentially. With the postseason approaching, Muncy's guidance serves as both a motivational tool and a practical reminder that every at-bat, defensive shift, and base-running decision contributes to the overarching objective. Players are reminded that regardless of early season slumps or personal milestones, what truly matters now is the collective output. In this context, Max Muncy's words carry the weight of experience and insight, guiding the Dodgers toward a mentality that balances skill with strategic awareness. As games grow increasingly meaningful and the pressure of October looms, this approach could prove decisive in determining whether the Dodgers successfully defend their championship or falter at a critical juncture. The importance of this mindset cannot be overstated, especially when considering the competitive landscape of Major League Baseball. Teams with deep rosters and star-studded lineups often stumble not because of lack of talent, but because of misaligned focus or overemphasis on individual achievement. Muncy's message is a corrective measure, a call to action for the Dodgers to synchronize their efforts and prioritize victory above all else. This philosophy, if fully embraced, has the potential to galvanize a team that has flirted with inconsistencies due to injuries and uneven performances. The Dodgers, defending champions with a storied history and a fervent fan base, are acutely aware that October waits for no one. By instilling a collective-first approach, Muncy and returning players like Edman can help steer the team toward cohesive execution, ensuring that every swing, every pitch, and every defensive play contributes to the ultimate goal. In the high-stakes environment of professional baseball, the psychological alignment of the team can be as critical as raw talent, and Muncy's guidance underscores this truth in compelling fashion. Looking ahead to the final stretch of the regular season, the Dodgers are entering a period where focus, discipline, and execution will define their destiny. Max Muncy's recent comments about prioritizing team objectives over personal statistics are not just motivational. They're strategic, highlighting the mental edge necessary in the late stages of a grueling Major League Baseball campaign. With only 13 games remaining before the postseason, each matchup carries heightened significance, and the pressure to perform collectively cannot be overstated. Players who have struggled with inconsistency must now recalibrate, focusing on productive at-bats, defensive precision, and effective base running. The emphasis is no longer on individual streaks or milestones, but on cumulative contributions that advance the team's goals. Muncy, having experienced both highs and lows throughout the season, understands that the mental aspect of the game can often outweigh the purely physical. By advocating for a mindset that centers on collaboration and shared responsibility, he is providing a framework that encourages every player to contribute where it matters most. The Dodgers coaching staff, led by Dave Roberts, will undoubtedly reinforce these principles during daily preparation, in-game adjustments, and strategy discussions, ensuring that the team approaches each remaining game with clarity, urgency, and cohesion, ultimately laying the groundwork for a successful postseason run. The return of Max Muncy to the Dodgers lineup adds not only offensive firepower, but also a stabilizing presence in the clubhouse. Alongside NLCS MVP Tommy Edman, Muncy embodies the balance between experience and skill that can elevate a team during high-pressure moments. Both players are examples of what happens when talent converges with mental preparedness, serving as benchmarks for others striving to regain or maintain form. Their presence is particularly significant as the Dodgers face opponents who are equally hungry for a playoff berth, where every game has ramifications for seeding and momentum. Muncy's insistence on focusing on winning rather than personal numbers serves as a reminder that baseball is ultimately a team sport, where synergy, timing, and cohesion determine outcomes more than individual highlights. The Dodgers, despite the adversity of injuries and slumps, have the resources and talent to peak at the right moment. Maximizing this potential requires mental alignment, communication, and a collective commitment to excellence, principles that Muncy has championed throughout his career. As October looms closer, these elements may become the decisive factors that distinguish champions from pretenders, illustrating how leadership and focus translate into tangible results on the field, particularly for a team defending its title. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. For a franchise like the Los Angeles Dodgers, the challenge of repeating as champions after 25 years is as much a mental endeavor as a physical one. Max Muncy's philosophy underscores this reality, emphasizing that past statistics, accolades, or individual achievements are secondary to the team's ultimate success. With only a few games separating the regular season from the intensity of October, the Dodgers must approach each contest as a rehearsal for the pressures of postseason baseball. Players are encouraged to internalize the importance of situational awareness, disciplined execution, and consistent focus, ensuring that each pitch, swing, and defensive play contributes to winning outcomes. Muncy's perspective is rooted in experience, understanding that slumps, streaks, and injuries are inherent to the sport, and that long-term success depends on the ability to adapt, support teammates, and prioritize the collective over self-interest. By framing the narrative around shared responsibility, he fosters an environment in which players are empowered to make calculated decisions, support one another, and maintain mental resilience. As the Dodgers continue to integrate returning stars like Muncy and Edman into the lineup, the convergence of skill, leadership, and mindset becomes increasingly crucial for navigating the high-stakes run toward the postseason and beyond, where the margin for error is slim and the rewards are immense. The psychological aspect of Muncy's message extends beyond mere motivation. It serves as a practical guide for maximizing the Dodgers' potential during the season's most pivotal moments. With injuries and inconsistent performances having disrupted earlier rhythm, the team now faces an opportunity to reset, emphasizing process over personal glory. Every player, regardless of prior production, must channel energy toward executing strategies designed to win games rather than padding individual statistics. This approach is particularly important in a league where the accumulation of wins determines playoff eligibility, seeding, and, ultimately, the path to a championship. Muncy's words carry the weight of someone who has navigated the pressures of being both a key contributor and a team leader, offering guidance that blends psychological insight with actionable advice. By adopting this team-first mentality, the Dodgers increase their probability of performing cohesively in clutch situations, where split-second decisions and collective coordination can determine outcomes. As the season edges closer to October, every swing, catch, and pitch becomes magnified in significance, and the mental alignment of the roster can be the differentiator between a repeat championship and a disappointing exit. Muncy's leadership emphasizes that success in baseball is not just measured by individual metrics, but by the collective achievement of the team, particularly when the stakes are highest. Max Muncy's emphasis on collaboration over individualism resonates profoundly in a sport often dominated by personal statistics, contract discussions, and media scrutiny. While these external factors naturally influence players' motivations and narratives, the Dodgers' current priority is clear. Focus entirely on winning games to secure a postseason berth and maintain momentum heading into October. This shift in perspective is critical for players who may have experienced slumps or uneven production, reminding them that their value now lies in contributions to team victories rather than personal records. The psychological alignment Muncy promotes not only enhances performance on the field, but also cultivates an environment in which players feel mutual accountability and support. Returning players like Muncy and Edmond reinforce the concept that talent must be harnessed within the framework of collective objectives. Each at-bat, each defensive play, and every strategic decision is now contextualized within the overarching goal of team success. As the Dodgers approach the postseason, this mindset will be tested repeatedly, providing a blueprint for how elite teams manage pressure, adversity, and the delicate balance between individual brilliance and collective excellence, ultimately positioning them for a historic title defense. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.